Welcome to another cooking tutorial from me, Sheetal aka the Pakora Explorer. Today is a beautiful day here in Glasgow. It's Saturday, one of my favourite days of the week, and I think probably for most people. I've just come back from a really nice walk, and so today I'm going to be making my Sabzi scrambled eggs. So very simple. I just want something nice and light for my breakfast, but something that's going to keep me going until lunchtime. Even though we're in lockdown, I still have quite a busy schedule personally, so I'm looking forward to making my Sabzi scrambled eggs. If you're tuning in for the first time, just to set the scene here, I live by myself here on the south side of Glasgow, so I am doing these cooking tutorials one-handed, shall we say, so I don't have anyone to move the camera into lovely angles for me, so I hope you will bear with me, but you will still be able to see what I can create at the end. We are going to be using one of my special spice blends that we create, so if you are looking to purchase these, they're available on my website on www.pakoraexplorer.co.uk, and you will also be able to find our recipes as well as the link to the video, and of course that'll take you then to our YouTube channel as well. We have 5 spice blends in the range, but today our hero is going to be our Sabzi masala, and I just want to show you how versatile these spice blends really are. There's no chili in any of the spice blends, so that's why it makes a really great option to use at breakfast. So I'm going to talk you through the ingredients that are going to go into our Sabzi scrambled eggs, and just to say that Sabzi actually means vegetable in Urdu, so a vegetable scrambled egg, and then we'll talk you through the process and then we'll put it all together. So the name suggests scrambled eggs, which means our first ingredients are going to be scrambled eggs. So these are my free range large scrambled eggs. We are also going to put a few potatoes in here. Now that's optional. I like to put potatoes in my scrambled eggs just because it helps to bulk it out and keeps me fuller for longer, but if you don't have any, that's absolutely fine to leave them out. I'm also going to be adding a little bit of chorizo as well, and I have some leftover broccoli in the fridge, so I'm going to be using up, and that's going to be my vegetables, but this would also work really nicely with some fresh peppers, even courgette as well, and you're probably thinking, courgette for breakfast, broccoli for breakfast, but trust me, once you put it all together, it's a really lovely dish. And like I said, the hero of the hour, my Sabzi masala. This dish is so simple to make, and I'm really hoping that everybody watching one of my tutorials knows how to make scrambled eggs, but just in case, I'm going to walk you through the process that we're going to do. So in my pan, I'm going to heat some oil and add the chorizo, just to start to flavour the oil, and I absolutely love chorizo. It gives a really lovely flavour to kind of most dishes that you use it with. And then for the scrambled eggs, I'm actually going to use that same pan that had the chorizo in it, so I'm going to take the chorizo out, have that little bit of oil or the fat from the chorizo left in it, and I'm going to add about a teaspoon of my Sabzi masala, which is about 5 grams, and there's 20 grams in each packet of our masala, so a little really does go a long way. And with the scrambled eggs, I'm then going to put in my potatoes and my broccoli and let that cook through, let that absorb all the flavours of the Sabzi masala before adding my eggs straight in. Now I'm not going to add any salt or pepper to my scrambled eggs because all of the flavour is going to be in the Sabzi masala. I'm going to scramble it and I'm going to serve it on some toast as well. So here we go, let's put our Sabzi scrambled eggs together. With my veg all prepped, the next stage really is quite quick in terms of cooking the scrambled eggs. I'm really excited to use my Sabzi masala because the smells that come from this are just so inviting, and you're probably thinking, this is a bit of an interesting spices to have with something like breakfast, or even if you could even have this with brunch, but I think what makes this so interesting is the combination of spices that we have in here. We've got mustard seed powder, turmeric, cumin, so these all go really nicely with eggs, but something that makes it really fresh is the dried fenugreek leaves as well. That'll bring a real nice freshness to the dish. So what I'm doing now is I'm heating up my oil, and like I say, the next few things are going to happen in quick succession. With my oil nice and hot, I'm just going to add my chorizo to the oil first of all, and I'm going to let that start to cook. Now the good thing about chorizo is it doesn't take long to kind of cook or warm through, but also you don't want it too long because then obviously, it might start to burn. Some people absolutely love that burnt taste and it is really good, but I don't want it for my scrambled eggs. So this is probably going to take about maybe 2, maybe 3 minutes, but just keep an eye on it to make sure that you don't overdo your chorizo. And when that's done, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out of the pan, and just put it back into my dish, but I'm going to keep the oil in the pan and just use the flavour from the chorizo for the next stage of the scrambled eggs. So my chorizo is nice and cooked, not too brown because that's just the way I like it, so I've just put that back in a separate dish. And you can see that my oil, hopefully you can see that there, has got a nice lovely reddish colour to it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my potatoes and my broccoli before I add my Sabzi masala. And the reason for that is if I put my Sabzi masala in, the oil is very hot and it's going to burn the fenugreek, it's going to burn the curry leaf, and I don't want that. So I'm going to give it a base to hold on to. So potatoes in first. They start to get that lovely reddish tinge, and then I'm going to add my broccoli as well. So lovely green colours coming through in the potatoes, and I'm just going to let that cook maybe for a minute, and then I'm going to add a teaspoon of my Sabzi masala. So my potatoes and my broccoli have been cooking for about a minute or so, and again, if I take that up, you can see lovely reddish colour, but the green of the broccoli against the white of the potato just looks really good. Now I'm going to add my Sabzi masala, so like I say, about a teaspoon, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sprinkle that all over and get that nice and coated. And what you'll see is the oil has obviously absorbed nicely into the potato, so that my Sabzi masala is not going to burn, and it's just going to cling really, really nicely to the vegetables that are there. Let that cook again, only not even a minute, 30 to 45 seconds. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my chorizo back in, because what that's also going to do is give me a little bit of fat as well coming from the chorizo. And again, I'm just going to bring this to the camera. Look at that, beautiful red. Every time I do that, it comes off the heat, so I need to give it another minute to heat back up again. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add the eggs as well. So ready to add my eggs. I'm going to pop them straight in and just get to scramble that really quickly. And again, I'm going to bring this quickly to the camera. You can see it there, all mixing together nicely. Scramble, 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 scramble. Now, one thing with scrambled eggs and my family is we can never agree how we like our eggs, because we all like it differently. So my dad likes the egg a little bit moist, and I prefer my egg a little bit more dry. So what I would say is you scramble the eggs the way you like it. There is no hard and fast rule, and I'm sure a professional chef is going to come and tell me that scrambled eggs should be like this. However, food is always about the way that you like to eat, because if you don't like the way something is, you're not going to eat it. So have it the way you like. But a little tip is, if you do like your eggs a bit dry like I do, is I get it to the point where it's still a little bit moist, again hoping you can kind of see that clearly, but I turn the heat off and I just let the residual heat just continue to cook that through while I scrape everything from the sides and get all of that flavour in. But just remember when you do that, that it is still cooking away, so you don't want to dry out your eggs. And now it's ready to get our bread and to serve up. So I've got my lovely gluten-free bread, which I've warmed up in the toaster. So anybody who's gluten intolerant like myself knows that the bread just needs a little bit of a helping hand sometimes, compared to what we were used to in the days when we could eat gluten. So I'm just putting a little bit of butter, margarine, whichever you prefer. You can leave plain if you so wish. Just want that on there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spoon some of the mixture onto my toast. It's holding together really nicely. The green of the broccoli is coming through, the potato, the red of the chorizo, and it is just looking absolutely fantastic. There we go. So here we have it, my Sabzi scrambled egg made with potatoes and broccoli and chorizo, but seasoned with my Sabzi masala. And just a reminder, if you would like to try any of the masalas in the range, please just visit www.pecoraexplorer.co.uk. Remember to send us your pictures of what you tried. Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one.